Sting was massively injured tonight. Live from AEW Dynamite Homecoming at Daly's Place, where Sting took his own death drop. And he might be it's a concussion for sure, I would believe. But will Sting even be able to compete against the Young Bucks? Will that even happen? Because with the shape that Sting looked to be in tonight, I'm not so sure that that's going to be possible, but we'll find out. This is the Joe Cronin Show. This is AEW Dynamite Homecoming, live from Daly's Place. Jericho coming out like a madman tonight. And it also looks like that my prediction of Mercedes MONE coming to the Royal Rumble will come to fruition. And she's sending pictures of herself at the airport. It's unbelievable. The trolling, like I said, she will troll you till the very end until she makes her debut somewhere, which will probably be at the Royal Rumble. Samoa Joe with a suit on tonight that had a couple of pee-pee spots in it down below. If anybody looked hard enough, must not have shook the tinkle off just enough earlier in the night. Hit that like button and do the right thing in the chat, because tonight we're gonna become all in. Guevara. How's everybody doing? Doing a little... What an opening match with Hangman Adam Page. You got to give it... They started out right. To me, they started out right tonight with Adam Hangman Page and Claudio. I thought they actually had a really pretty good opening match. And then Hangman Page unfortunately started speaking on the microphone, and that was, in my opinion, a mistake. But whatever. There's the dono link. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat if you guys want to donate. The donation link is right there for you. Give it love if you want to. You want to. You go ahead and give it that love, man, that it so richly deserves. If you guys could do me a favor, man, and hit that like button too, by the way. Stick that thumb directly up my rectum. Thank you. All hell broke loose earlier when Chris Jericho came out and they played Judas and they didn't turn it off. And they had a fight all over the place like it was WrestleMania 8. I thought we were watching WrestleMania 8 again, where they let Hogan's music run while he beat up Sid. MLW is hiring video package editors. This summer. The Elites. Well, we heard a rumor that the Young Bucks were going to be doing a having a new look, kind of a new style. I don't know, gimmick. I don't know gimmick is the right word, but you know that they were going to be pricks, basically, which is good because they should probably capitalize off of the reality. There is a part of me that wonders about that, though, because, like, well, if you don't have CM Punk and you don't have anybody else and you chased everybody away, but, like, people originally liked you for being the Young Bucks thing that you do, you know, why not do that? You know, you're going to be the heels, the bad guys, but you don't have the good guys there to fight you. They all left the company, so I guess there'll be other people to fight, so. But, yeah, we've heard about it for a little bit, that the Young Bucks would be coming back, and I didn't know they'd be dressed like a couple of loser Italian plumbers, but whatever. I guess that's the look on purpose, right? And they kept ringing the bell, too. Yeah, they just let Judas keep playing. You know, I get it. What are they, you know? I get what they were doing. So don't you guys. I mean, I had a blast reacting to it, you know. Sportsmanship here between Sammy Guevara and Ricky Starks. Obviously, oh, look out! Oh, from behind, Big Bill! Big Bill attacking! Jericho off the rope, springboard!
They're still playing Jericho's music.
Bill. Sent to the outside! And Jericho's, he's not done! It's broken down here at Daly's Place! Next week on Collision, there'll be no rules! And tonight, there's no damn rules right now! And Big Bill into that barricade! Jericho, Big Bill, Starks, and Sammy Guevara. This is crazy.
I actually loved it.
Jericho
I loved
and Big
it.
Bill.
I loved it.
They're still playing Jericho's music. And Bill reversed Jericho head first into the cement. My God.
Jericho no-sold that. Look at that. He's like,
good Lord, we may not make it.
Forget cement.
To next week, Sammy Guevara. We have absolutely lost control of this one. It's chaos at Daly's Place. And live Saturday night, there'll be no rules, and there'll be no way to escape. We'll be back with more AEW Homecoming.
I just like doing those videos when there's chaos. I like the excitement. I'm like, is this really exciting me? Let me yell over it and see if it is. It was great to hear that, you know, JR tonight, once again, you know, JR is lost on some things, but his voice in command is just so much better than almost anybody else. So I always find it exciting to have JR in there. But, like, it's funny because the whole match really kind of reeked of the problem, you know, that people have with JR now, which is that he's just older and he forgets things or doesn't fully know everything that's going on, gets a little lost or whatever. But his voice and his excitement is still there. And when he has that voice and that excitement, which, by the way, he just needs to have the excitement because he has his own voice, doesn't make sense. But when he's excited, when JR is excited, he is it's just so much better than any announcers out there right now for the most part. So. But it's funny because you get JR, he's like, I don't even know, is this Falls Count Anywhere, or is it going to be in the ring? I'm not even sure if that's right. And Excalibur's like, yes, it's Falls Count Anywhere. And JR is like, okay. So, you know, it's just funny because you get JR, who's a little bit lost at times because he's older, but he still has the voice. You got Ric Flair out there, Ric Flair jumps in the ring, and he looked good, man. I mean, what Flair had to do in the ring was great. But getting out of the ring, you know, Flair was in, like, the Matrix bullet time slow motion trying to get out of the ring. And then you got Sting, and it's just like the geriatrics match. But, man, Sting, I hope he's okay. He really does look like he took a concussion at the end of the match. So I am concerned about that. He just hope he's okay. I mean, I was worried about Hobbs. At first I was just worried about Hobbs, that he wasn't able to protect himself, that he landed weird on the back of the table or slapped the back of his head on the table. But it wasn't. But then when we saw the replay and we saw how Sting landed, it was like, oh, shit. Man, Sting landed way worse. So that was concerning how Sting landed. We're about to really get the show going here, guys. So stick with me for a second here. Feel free if you want to donate. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to donate, use that, or you can use Super Chat down below or become a member. Do whatever you'd like. I'm here for you, and we're here, and we're going to go from beginning to end over this AEW situation. And, of course, I think just about everybody is here now. So we're going to get started in just 2 seconds. Right after this, we're live on the Joe Cronin Show. Hit that like button. We're about to get into it.
Eventually, we'll buy this company, and stuff like that. And at this point, Tony Khan lost his biggest meal ticket.
Ooh.
And then not only that, but then also you have a show.
Biggest meal ticket. Shots fired by Mustafa. God damn, man. Shots fired. I did not hear that. Did you guys hear that? Shots fired, bro. All right, we didn't play the right thing. We did not play the right thing. There we go.
Look.
He never fucking had a match with Cuckoo Kakaka. You
Look.
fucking idiot.
Look.
I hate coming.
Give me one match that clickbait words basically, so they can basically suck off AEW. They just want to seem different. They just want to seem like, well, my favorite match is definitely not Stone Cold versus Bret Hart. That would make me a stupid loser. My favorite match is Taitsunato and Ibushi. Like, nobody fucking cares. Oh, what? The 47 fucking German reverse counters that they do in every match, that for some reason all these matches that keep getting called greatest match, like fucking 6-star matches.
Oh, you didn't see the match between Isushi Abu last night and Tanaito Sakairis?
This guy really Road Dogg really thinks he's better than Kataklo Kling Clay? Are you serious right now?
For every Japanese person that's listening to this right now, I apologize.
Tell me one match that Road Dogg's had that compares anything to what Ospreay and Nuzalo had. Because I don't think you can. And then you watch these matches and you're like, it was good. That's pretty good.
Dude, let me tell you something. When he Yatsuki Breaker, like, that was the best combination I've ever seen.
When he hit him with the Kakashi Death Point, and then the guy no-sold it in 2 seconds and got back up, and then hit him with 3 more, and then kicked out at 2, and then they had 15 to 20 more minutes of action in the match after what felt like 3 or 4 climaxes. Man, greatest match ever.
Yeah,
every match that these fucking smarks seem to suck off and jerk off because Meltzer tells them to, or because Meltzer rates them highly, and it's what these circle jerk fucking smart fans put at the top 10s of all their lists for the end of the year. But they all fucking do. They'll ignore Cody versus Roman, say that match sucked because of the ending, but then they'll fucking suck off these 15 fucking stinkers that nobody gives a shit about because they're all the same, they're all tired, nobody sells, and then we all have to pretend that they're fucking brilliant matches, and if you don't say that, then you look like an idiot. Oh, well, Road Dogg's a fucking piece of shit. What does Road Dogg ever know? He just books fucking wrestling and also was in DX, one of the greatest fucking factions ever, and used to fucking be on television in front of millions. What does Road Dogg know? He never fucking had a match with Cuckoo Kakaka. You fucking idiot.
Luke.
I hate coming.
Holy God, Luke. Give me a second.
It's got to be my favorite rant from the other night from Luke. I played it this morning. I play it tonight because it's so good. Hangman Adam Page comes out and with Claudio, and immediately I kind of rolled my eyes. I was like, ugh. But Hangman's got a good intro, a good entrance. His music is really good. He looks good, except for when he wears all the butterfly things, but he looks good. His entrance is great. He just looks good. Like, and he sells well in the matches. He's good. He's a good wrestler in the ring, I think. I like Adam Hangman Page there. My problem with Adam Hangman Page is his promos. And it's really just his promos. I think it's just his promos. Yeah, it's just when he talks, I'm like, I hate this person. But when he wrestles and he just goes out there and wrestles, I'm like, that's good. So tonight, him and Claudio opened up the show with a fire match. I don't think anything beat this, as far as a one-on-one wrestling match. They opened the show really well, man. You got to give it to them on that. And I was rolling my eyes at the beginning. I was like, oh, boy, here we go. Adam Page, Jesus. I can't stand the guy. It's like the guy wins me over when he wrestles. He wins me over again. I'm like, yep, like that. That was good. I like him out there. But then, it's like he talks and it ruins everything all over again. It's like, okay, it all goes to hell. They did a little Brody Lee flashback, which, I love that, and it was very nice to see that. And, man, it just makes you sad. It's like, I can't believe this guy died. It's like we're living in a time warp where people all over the world right now are just, people are being tortured, people are being killed. Immigrants are taking over our schools in America, and our kids are staying home to work remotely now. So the immigrants, or illegal immigrants, or immigrators, or whatever you want to call it, are in the schools sleeping in beds. There's beds with shit and piss and blood on them underneath the streets of New York where Jewish people crawl through the streets. I don't know what's going on. Like, the Catholics are mad. There's Christianity. There's religion fights going on all over the place. There's lands. There's wars. There's nobody has money anymore. Everything has gone to hell, and it feels like we're living in some alternate universe. Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter act. Like, what is going on? Like, Bray Wyatt is dead. Like, nothing feels like we're supposed to be living in this time. It feels like we're in an alternate reality of hell. It literally feels like it's almost like, yeah, well, I guess you ask yourself, like, hey, man, what was it like back in the 1920s and 30s and 40s? When there was World War I and World War II. It just seems like a crazy time, awful time. Thank God they got that out of the way so we could live now in the amazing 90s and 2000s. And now it's 2023, and you're like, yo, we're living in the newest version of hell. You know what I mean? We are back in those times, but in modern times. What would it be like if just celebrities were dying all over the place, all of us were dying all over the place, and just there were wars? So, like, just seeing Brody Lee, it just doesn't seem right that he's gone. So anyway, that made me sad. So that was a downer, actually. And then, now we're 30 minutes into the show, and we're getting our second match, which is unbelievably Edge comes out with a hat on, which was weird. But Edge comes out there. It's a big multi-tag man match. I honestly won't remember this match in 2 days or 2 hours maybe. So at this point, we're 47 minutes into the show, and it was cool to see Edge out there standing next to Dustin Rhodes and them being involved in this match. But it went about nowhere for me. And then they go to the backstage, and we see the Acclaimed, who I would have rather see the Acclaimed come out and do a rap, to be honest, but that didn't happen. Then Samoa Joe comes out, and at this point, we're 47 minutes into the show. And 47 minutes in the show. And then Samoa Joe says, there's a committee, man. We're going to be doing things this way with the world title. It's going to be you go to the committee and you try to prove your case, whether you're worth having a title match. And so basically, to me, Samoa Joe kind of explained how things are supposed to be, which is, hey, I should have a title shot. I'm 50-0 and I deserve one. So think about it, committee. Not run out there and just scream at me and now I get a title match type of thing. So it was weird, kind of. I saw people writing, I don't know, it was just boring. I don't know. Samoa Joe, yeah, is the champion. He's wearing a suit. Okay. And then all these people coming out try to challenge him and whatever else. And then Hook comes out. And people were complaining on Twitter. They were like, you just said people can't just come out and challenge you, but out comes Hook after everybody else. But I thought to myself, I was like, well, probably because Hook did go to somebody. And Hook said, hey, I'm 28-1. When do I get a shot at something else besides my dad's shitty title? You know what I mean? And so Hook went out there, and to be honest, Hook was probably one of the only ones that was deserving because, like you said, he's 28-1 or whatever he is. So, he does have a, whatever. And there's also apparently a Hook signal that goes up into the sky, which I'd never seen that before, but I thought that was kind of cool. Actually, I'll be honest, bro. I actually thought that was pretty cool. So I don't know, bro. I like the hook sign. I like the hook sign. I actually liked it. So yeah, I don't know. Some people didn't like it. Some people liked it. Some people argued about it on Twitter. Hook called Joe out in a promo before this. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was a little confusing. Some people did not. They were like, well, he just called you out. I thought it was kind of stupid, but it is what it is, I guess. Samoa Joe, yeah, he's the champion. Man, they're really going to miss MJF, bro. He is, I don't know when he's coming back. It could be months. Could be 8 months. I don't even know. Unless he signs somewhere else or he's going to WWE or he's coming back. We don't know. But they are going to miss him. My God. Tony Storm cut a promo in the back. Let's listen to some of that real quick here.
How did it go? You women.
There we go. Let's listen.
Staged by Deonna Purrazzo. And right now, our colleague, the remarkable
What did Excalibur just say about a pizza?
Renee Paquette is standing by.
The remarkable Renee Paquette. Oh, my God, bro. They need to be thrown in the trash, whoever thought of that.
Guys, I'm here with the AEW Women's Champion, Toni Storm.
I'm so glad that this started this way. Guys, I'm here with the AEW Women's Champion, Toni Storm. Renee introduces Toni Storm beautifully here. Like, it's great how she introduces her. But later on in the night, Renee is standing next to somebody and she goes, "Hi, everybody. My guest at this time is this person." And then they stepped into the shot and they literally did the WWE interview style. They did the exact WWE style interview thing with Renee Paquette, and it was awful. I almost threw up on myself, and I was like, bro, are you serious? You seriously are doing... Why did they just do that? Like, they just ripped off the WWE's thing, and the WWE's thing is fucking terrible. So why would you ever do that or rip that off? Do they think the WWE does a good interview? They don't. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest at this time, Molly. Molly, let me ask you, like, that's exactly what they did. So they got it from WWE. Nobody just does that. And WWE is terrible for doing that. So that was enraging. I don't remember when they did it, but they did it later on with somebody else, and I'll bring it up. But luckily they didn't do it here.
Tony, I would love to get your reaction to everything that went down last week.
Yes, Miss Storm, did you watch my match? Darling, I was sent a screener, and then I didn't see a
When they both talk, it sounds like it's the same person, by the way. Toni Storm and the other the other girl.
single other frame. How did it go? Did you do an arm drag? That's fantastic.
I was actually referring to AEW's newest signee.
Wendy Richter.
No, talking.
Dude, this might be the best thing I saw in the first hour. And I watched Hangman and Claudio. Bro, the timing, even Renee, the whole crew, the timing of this is very good comedy. Like, you don't see this a lot in wrestling anymore. It's usually bad or cringy, especially AEW, I feel like. AEW too, but this is pretty friggin' funny and good. Like, that was funny. Like, this whole thing is timed wonderfully.
Darling, I was sent a screener, and then I didn't see a single other frame. How did it go? Did you do...
I was sent a screener. I didn't see a single other frame. How did it go? Then she doesn't let her answer and then just says, great.
an arm drag? That's fantastic.
I was actually referring to AEW's newest signee.
Wendy Richter.
Bro, when she said Wendy Richter and turned around, the Wendy Richter joke is pretty funny. I'm sorry. I'm in full on mark mode for this. I am marking hard for this shit. And that's the thing, bro. This reminds me of Matt Hardy when he became broken, and everybody is like, this is stupid in TNA wrestling. And I was like watching TNA wrestling, but I was like, whatever. I don't know. I'm watching this show, but I don't care that much. And then Matt Hardy became broken Matt Hardy. And all of a sudden, it was hilarious to watch. And it was entertaining the shit out of me. And we're not at that level yet. Like, we're not at the broken Matt Hardy level of good yet. But this is pretty entertaining. You know? This is, like, her acting right here is really good. Like, this is, I'm blown away, I gotta be honest.
No. Talking about Deonna Purrazzo, she made a shocking debut and actually said that she was coming for your title.
And she kicked me in the face. Darling, have a chocolate. Deonna Purrazzo. Now that does sound familiar, and it certainly sounds Italian. Oh, all these women coming after my title. I feel like the prettiest girl at the dance.
And by the way, finally, Luther is justified. He has been a guy who obviously knows about Chris Jericho's sexcapades, and therefore Jericho had to request that Tony Khan hire him, or allegedly Luther was going to tell everybody about the things Chris Jericho does to people on the indie scene. So Tony Khan had to hire Luther, and ever since he hired Luther, Luther has been nothing. But he's finally is something.
Luther, set me up a meeting with this Donna Palazzo. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Until then, chin up, tits out, line. Watch for the shoe. Darling, that is my part, and now you've ruined the moment.
Well, Mariah May stepping on Tony Storm's line.
That segment, like, if there's anything WWE watches, like, they watch this whole show tonight, the one thing that somebody from WWE, if they're scouting or they're paying attention or whatever they're doing, they watch this whole show, the one takeaway, the one standout thing would have been that. Would have been like, damn, who's coming up with that? Because that's good. And wow, did we screw up with Tony Storm. WWE, are you realizing yet that you screwed up big time with Tony Storm? I don't know. You screwed up with Jade, I think, a little bit because of her look. We said that like 4 years ago. But man, that is a screw up. Tony Storm, they screwed up big time. Granted, they didn't know that maybe she would figure out this character that she was going to do, and where did it come from? I don't even know. But if that's all Tony Storm, God Lord, that's I don't know. But I don't know what Tony Storm's contract is with AEW, 1 year or 2 years. Does she still have an OnlyFans or a Patreon where she makes like $1 million a year, $2 million a year? I don't know. But man, I thought, I'm going to be honest, I thought Tony Storm was going to mail it in AEW. I thought she was going to be like, yeah, sign me, whatever, $200,000 a year, whatever. I'm going to make $1 million on OnlyFans a month, so whatever, AEW. I'll just go out there and do whatever, and, just to keep my name out there, to keep the OnlyFans going, and then whatever. But no, Tony Storm has gone out there and proven that WWE slept on her. But not for the reasons that we all thought. Because I didn't really care for her before. I didn't get it. I'm like, I don't get Tony Storm's. Why do people like Tony Storm? And honestly, there was no reason to really like Tony Storm that much before. She was pretty good in the ring, but everything else was like, I don't care. I don't get it. Whatever. I'm not like some mark who's jerking off to her like all these people. But now, the talent has come out. The talent has come out to play. Tony Storm is a gem.
Shit bum.
Donation. And it is from Triple M, donated $1. What's up, Triple M? Triple M is an OG of the show. I haven't seen him in a long time, I feel like. I think he's still on Patreon, though. Triple M, thank you so much, man. By the way, we got some new patrons. Thank you, guys. And also, there's our $25 patron producers. If you guys want to become a producer of the show and get the producer credit, go to patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thank you,
It's my
Peyton,
birthday.
new patron.
So you became a Jennifer Muppet Baby. A member.
What's up, Jennifer? Ooh, Good Lord. Jennifer Muppet Baby, thank you for being a member again. If anybody has anything they want to say tonight, the donation link is pinned to the top of the chat. Love you, Joe. Keep on keeping on, even though, yes, we must be in an alternate timeline or something. I totally agree. Thanks, Jennifer. Jennifer, you're the best. I hope the cabin's doing well. Tony Storm is good in the ring, and now Tony Storm has a wonderful character. So you put those two things together, and you have made me very happy. And yes, I believe Jade will be in the Rumble, so look for that. So at this point in the night, we are 1 hour into the show. Sammy Guevara comes out and has a really pretty good match, too, with Ricky Starks. And then all hell breaks loose at the end, and they sell that, big anything goes match on Collision, I think, Saturday night. With Jericho and everybody, and so that's over with by an hour and 20 minutes. Then the big women's tag thing happens. A lot of people were commenting on how Ruby Soho looked like she wanted to kill herself, which was interesting. A lot of people thought maybe this would be where Sasha Banks might come out, but again, I have Sasha Banks coming out the Royal Rumble. Remember, she had a meeting with WWE, and they fell apart, guys, and the meeting fell apart. I don't think Ruby Soho was happy to be here tonight. She's probably drinking in the back. Paige's group. Women go out there and have an all right match. Willow sells a horrifically crazy back of her head on the top turnbuckle spot, which was pretty awesome. The women did pretty good in this match, I guess. Nothing notable for me to care about. Then later on, the Undisputed Kingdom came out, and Roderick Strong had a one-on-one match against Exhibit, and his new rap album will be out next month. And Exhibit, did his best, but in the end, Undisputed Kingdom was on top. Undisputed Kingdom, half of the members were my former neighbors. Shout out to Taven and Bennett. Mr. Mike Bennett. If you're listening, what up, Mike? They made a statement thing in the ring, and at this point I was getting kind of bored with Dynamite. I thought Dynamite was pretty good for the most part the first hour, and then it just started to slip for me a little bit at that point. And Takasha comes out, whatever, take a shitta, I don't remember what they call him now. And then they wrestled all over the place, and they basically had a big building-wide brawl, which was the same thing they were advertising for Collision with Jericho, so it was just like, okay. But it's Daly's place, man, and it did bring back, flashbacks from before the pandemic and during the pandemic to be at Daly's place. It kind of really has a nostalgia to it now. Who would have ever thought that? But it does. It has this nostalgia, guys, of like when... I know that this sounds stupid because none of us wanted to be in the pandemic and none of us wanted to be dealing with that, and it was terrible, and we all were hoping to get the fuck out of it as soon as possible. But there's this weird nostalgia, man. I had nostalgia even to me and Jake doing wrestling reviews and watching Daly's Place and no crowd, and then just all these memories came back to me for a little bit, and I had this weird nostalgia. And it was a sad time, man, because that was, around that time we lost Jake as a co-host here. And, the pandemic was killing everybody, and it was bad, and, whatever, but it is what it is now. At some point, Sting gave Hobbs a spine buster that was just like a pick-up and throwdown. And, I feel like Sting got a concussion in this match, and Hobbs might be hurt too, I don't know. But it was just a nasty spill through the table. Darby Allin being nuts the whole match, diving off of stuff to take a shitta, saved him from overshooting at the end. It was just a crazy ending match, a nice show. And then the Young Bucks are the ones that come out to face Sting. They get Sting in the ring, and they're like, Sting, who's your opponent going to be? And I don't think Sting was in the right shape of mind to be doing what he was doing, but they got him up. He got him in the ring to react to the Young Bucks coming back in their new form, their new Paisan form, or whatever you want to call it that they look like. And, yeah. Bennett had a banger theme in WWE Texas Roadhouse. Absolutely. I love that theme. WWE wasted an amazing theme. By the way, I loved the idea that he came out with the headpiece like a preacher. He should have been a guy that came out and preached love to the crowd and done that sort of thing. It would have been so good. I don't know why they lost. They never did anything with Bennett. I don't get it. But it was great. Yes, to the greatest love I've ever known. It was so good. So good. God damn, was it good. And they ruined it. But that being said, that was Dynamite. I'm going to give it a 6.5 tonight. I got to be honest. I don't think it, maybe it didn't quite deserve that. I'm going to go 6. 6 out of 10 tonight for me, just for the end being chaotic. JR on commentary, Ric Flair, everybody, Sting, the Young Bucks come back. Okay. The Young Brats. Say what you want about the Young Bucks, I guess. It was impactful. Hangman Adam Page opened up the night, and they're really showing you who's boss. You know what I mean? In the end, who gets the final laugh, right? Hangman Adam Page is there. The Young Bucks are there. Where you at, Cody Rhodes? Where you at, CM Punk? Where you at, MJF? That's right. The VPs are back, bitch. And you may hate them. You may blame them for all the problems. The ratings have gone way down. You've lost CM Punk. You've lost Cody Rhodes. Tons of people saying it's toxic there. Terrible. These guys are scumbags. You know, all the things that are said about the Young Bucks and everybody. But guess what? They're back. Deal with it. But there you have it. That's I give it a 6 out of 10. It was worth I think it was worth a watch tonight. You know, it wasn't really that great, but it was worth a watch. It wasn't like some of these other ones have been like, I don't want to watch that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Artist calls out AEW over Adam Cole's new merch, seemingly ripping off their design. I don't know who that is. I don't know who's calling it out. You didn't link me. Reed, what up, Reed? But you didn't link me with the article. Let me go back to the donations. What do you guys think AEW tonight? Well, there are no donations. Okay, we got through all the donations. See, this is why I don't review AEW. It's dead. Nobody wants to talk about AEW. It's fucking dead. WWE's on top. No Sasha, which means she'll be in the Ramble. I want everybody, when Sasha Banks comes out in the Royal Rumble, I want...
Yeah, motherfucker, here we go. Everyone knows I'm out the window. Yep, yo, motherfucker.
Spectral Citizen!
No chance in my happy pants. Could you perchance come and take this dance and leave me here? I'm a bad motherfucker, ain't got no fear. What the time was the time, motherfucker? Time, motherfucker. Put it in a happy rhyme, motherfucker. It's clock, the bang bang tick tock. Fucking suck, oil shock. 2 on consignment, 1 in stock. What's the time, motherfucker? Said clock.
Spectral Citizen!
I said clock.
Do you think MJF could cut in the WWE going PG?
I think he could. Listen, MJF can, but he just may never reach that fiery, pissed off awesomeness that he has at times in AEW. Because we've seen him recently toning it down in AEW, almost like he's PG now. So he would do fine in WWE, but I don't think it's ever going to reach the whole level of when he could really scream and yell and cut massive promos. But he's so smart that he's going to be able to cut promos in a PG world. That's what's going to make it still work for him, I think. Spectral Citizen, thank you so much, man, for the $10. Let's put him on top, man. But But yeah, I want everybody to remember when Sasha Banks comes out in the Royal Rumble, I want you guys to remember. I want you to go watch what Catfucker said. I want you to go watch what Sean Schlong Ross Sapp said. I want you to watch what all those people said about Sasha Banks during last week, the week before that, and the week before that, and the week before that. And then watch what they said this week and the week after leading up. And I want you to go watch what I said. Schlong Ross Cyclops, $50,000 a month on Patreon to not know what the fuck is going on. With CM Punk, he was wrong. So wasn't Meltzer, baby. All these people, $50,000 a month on Patreon, wrong. Joe Cronin, right about CM Punk. Will I be right about Sasha? I don't know. But I'm not making $50,000 a month on Patreon. I probably should. I should create a website called Wrestle Cage or Wrestle Slam, and then I'll just start doing what everybody else does. It'll be amazing. Why not? I want you to pay attention. I could be wrong. She could show up at AEW, and if she did, I'd say, man, I was wrong, everybody. I was wrong. But I'm not. I haven't said I told you. No matter what, every day I'm going to come on here and remind you, Sasha Banks Royal Rumble. And if I'm wrong, I'll stand on it. But I had no problem sticking my neck out on the CM Punk thing. I have no problem doing it. And the CM Punk thing's different, right? Because CM Punk thing was easier because he'd already been out of AEW, so there's where else is he going to go? With the Sasha Banks thing, though, the Mercedes Moné, she could still be deciding. You don't know. We don't know. But I'm still going Royal Rumble. I'm not going to change it. I will not. I don't care. I'll have to see her on AEW to believe it's real. And I don't think anybody knows anyway. All the people saying that, like, when fucking Catman was like, oh, she's AEW, I don't think he really knows. And then when Schlong Ross Fightful said, oh, AEW, 25, yeah, I don't think he really knows. You know what I mean? Young Bucks versus Darby, Allin, and Sting. I hope Sting is okay. And I hope Hobbs is okay, too. Because they took some shots at the end there.
Nobody's been able to do anything. And again, you can only ask that question, and you ask it brilliantly. And I understand exactly where you're coming from. I love where you're coming from. But we still have to win elections. And they've used this. We have some great Republicans, and they're great on the issue. And you would love them on the issue. And a lot of them have just...
What the fuck am I listening to? Was Trump talking tonight? What am I listening to? Everybody's got a Fu Manchu mustache going on. I don't know if this is some kind of a joke or a thing in AEW right now. Like, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but something is going on with this mustache in AEW. So, I don't know what this means, but it's definitely happening. And it's kind of freaking me out, to be honest. Be dead honest with you guys. Anyway, I'm Joe Cronin, and I'm going to hell, and so aren't we all. I will see you guys sometime this week. I will definitely see you Saturday night for Saturday Night Monetize This. Right here on the channel. We'll be back here with you that night. Come hang out with us. We'll have the whole crew here with us. And I'll catch you guys later. Shout out to the $25 patron producers. Get hard.